Yo, what's up guys? Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget, if you guys want to check me out, I stream every day live on twitch.tv/purpaleslushy. The butterflies. You guys know what I'm talking about. That feeling you get in your stomach when something crazy is about to happen. Well, I get that feeling with BDO. You know, like when someone's about to take your grind spot and they try to flag up on you. When a ninja grabs you out of stealth, you didn't even see him coming. When you get blindsided in a node war. There's all kinds of different scenarios. But it's about how to fight back. How to know what to do. How to know and read your opponent. What moves to use. How to counter. In this video, I hope to show you guys what to do in these different situations to make you an overall better player, a more confident player. You know, at first, a lot of people told me, Sorc's a really hard class, you should just try something else. It's not worth playing. It's not good till you're higher APs. Well, sometimes you just gotta block out what people say, because Sorc is one of the best classes in the game if you know how to use it. It's all about knowing your combos and knowing what moves to use and knowing how to read your opponent, how to dodge your opponent, and how to overall just be able to just read your opponent, you know? I hope that this guide shows you guys what to do and helps you guys in your journey through BDO. I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get to it. Combos. Dope, right? Succession Sorcerer has a lot of cool moves and their animations are sick, but I know for a lot of people the class can be really intimidating at first. All the combos look really super complicated, but in actuality when you break it all down step by step, it's really not too difficult. In this video I will be showing you guys a bunch of different combos that are super effective in PvP and also PvE with high AP and with low AP. Getting started, there's a few different moves that you guys really need to have on your skill sheet that's really going to help you and make you a really effective Sorc. These are going to be your main CC moves. First, Shadow Eruption. This is an air attack. Dream of Doom is also a knockdown. Midnight Stinger. Both of your kicks, Absolute Shadow Kick, and you want to make sure you also have Beat Kick. Once you have these moves on your bar, you'll definitely be good to go. So, you don't just want to walk up to your enemy on a Sorc, you always want to make sure that you're using your iFrames to your advantage. Your iFrames make you invincible, which basically means you can't get hit, you can't take damage, and you cannot be CC'd. Now, you only have a set amount of stam. As you can see, as I dash around, there's a stam bar right here. Once that's gone, you can no longer iFrame anymore, you see? But here's the thing. When you're super low, there's a trick. So as you can see here, if I iFrame, I'm not actually able to iFrame anymore right here. I'm stuck. So here's a little trick. When you're really low, you can use your shards as extra iFrames. A lot of people don't know that. So as you can see, when I get really low, right here, I used a shard, I used another shard, and I used another shard. That way, when you're open world and you think that you're out of stam, as long as you remember that you have shards, you'll always be able to keep your iframes up. Now let's go into some basic combos. These combos will be pretty effective, but there's a trick to using them. First, we're going to start out with Shadow Eruption. Shadow Eruption is an air attack. You can use that with Shift F. Now, there's two different moves. I think there's three different moves that you can use to extend Shadow Eruption. You can use your Russian Crow, so like this. That'll keep your opponent on the ground. You can use Beat Kick, which is F. Gives them another little stun. Or you can use Shadow Ignition. For the double CC. Now, the trick to getting your combos off is all about animation canceling. If you guys don't know what animation canceling is, basically animation canceling is what is going to allow you to get your moves off a lot faster. If you notice when I dash and then use Shadow Eruption, it's a lot faster than if I was to just use it without dashing. So see, with the dash, animation cancel it, it goes off instantly. If I sit here and I try to do it without the dash, it's gonna be really slow and it's gonna take forever to go off. So the first combo that we're gonna go into starts out with Shadow Eruption, followed by Absolute Darkness. If you guys don't know what Absolute Darkness is down and right mouse button at the same time. As you can see, Absolute Darkness is going to give you critical hit rate plus 50%, hit damage, accuracy rate, and it's going to take down their magic DP, which is going to help a lot for like Mystic, Striker. So if we look here, if I use Absolute Darkness, it's going to give me all critical hit rate for 30%. You have to get the skill add-on from the skill instructor for this move to get the extra crit buff, which I will show on screen now. So as you can see, we got the crit hit rate buff on Absolute Darkness. Some of the other important ones on here: evasion buff for Crow Flare, the movement speed debuff for Shadow Eruption, the health for Bloody Calamity, the PvP attack for Dream of Doom, and then the attack against monsters for Violation. So once you get the initial CC with Shadow Eruption, you want to follow up with Absolute Darkness for your crit buff. This crit buff will help you against higher DP players and higher gear players and help you to put out an immense amount of damage really quick and really fast. So here we're going to go Shadow Eruption into Absolute Darkness, and then we're going to follow it up with Crow Flare into Beat Kick to extend the CC. I highly recommend when starting out with these combos, you start out with the first couple moves at a time and then implement more moves after that. So you want to line up with your enemy, dash, Shadow Eruption, Absolute Darkness, Crow Flare, Beat Kick, you get the extra CC. From here, after Beat Kick, we will animation cancel into turn backslash, and from turn backslash, we will go into Abyssal Flame for that maximum damage. Dash, Shadow Eruption, Absolute Darkness, Crow Flare, Beat Kick, turn backslash. I did turn backslash a little bit too slow right there. As you notice, I did the whole animation. This time when I do it, I'm going to do it a little bit faster, so you'll see that I'm actually going to cancel turn backslash on the way back down. Abyssal Flame. So, as you could see, as the first time I did the combo, I messed up with turn backslash and the animation was a lot slower. On most people, when you fight them, if you mess up your animation cancels, you're gonna have to either dip and try to just regain your stam or whatever, and then try to go back in for another combo, or try to, you know, extend your combo into something else, and you're gonna have to just try to like freestyle it. But again, the combo is just iFrame, Shadow Eruption, Absolute Darkness, Crow Flare, Beat Kick, turn backslash into Absolute Flame. This is what the move will look like at full speed. From here, if your enemy is still not dead, you can go into 3 protected moves right back to back that will all give you frontal guard. Those moves are going to be Violation. So you will Violation after your Abyssal Flame. And from Violation, you'll go into Dark Flame, then Absolute Dark Flame, or the ultimate of Dark Flame, I should say. So the end is going to look like this. Now, if you noticed, I animation canceled Dark Flame off of Violation. If you see, if I do Violation normally, it's a very slow animation. But if you combo it with something like Violation, you'll be able to make the move go out a lot faster. So that is going to look like this. See how much faster that was than just sitting there and waiting for the move to go? After Violation, you immediately hit the first Dark Flame, and then it goes right into the second one. So it's basically half the time of normal Dark Flame and Ultimate Dark Flame, combined it into just one move, since you can animation cancel it. Putting everything together is going to look something like this. Now, if you noticed, as I used Violation, I can turn my camera, and if you notice, with frontal guards, you only have protection in the front of you. So if someone hits you from the side or this side, they will be able to hurt you. So, for example, if I go and do that full combo in this guy, and then I try to do the Violation and this guy gets up, if he gets up while I'm doing that Violation and he's behind me like this, I'm going to get hurt pretty badly if they have a lot of gear, because they'll be able to hit me pretty hard. So if you guys didn't know, you can turn your frontal guards in the air and turn your different moves with the movement of your camera. So basically, you can do things like this. So see how I was turning that? Anytime I'm forward, that's the direction that I'm going to be getting frontal guard in. So when I combo that up with Dark Flame, I can also do the same thing with Dark Flame, and I can turn my camera any direction I want, and that's the direction that I'm going to be iframing, because my character will be turning with my camera. So altogether, that just looks like this. So if we put all these moves together on the dummy, it's going to be iFrame, Shadow Eruption, Absolute Darkness, Crow Flare, Beat Kick, turn backslash, Abyssal Flame, Violation, Dark Flame, Ultimate Dark Flame. And it's that easy. You do a ton of damage on people, and even if you're low AP, you're also doing a lot of damage on people. I might have forgot to add Crow Flare, Beat Kick that you use off of Crow Flare. It gives you critical hit damage rate plus 100%. And also, the next combo we're going to be learning is going to be using Shadow Kick, which is F, and that also gives you a crit buff. Both of these crit buffs are extremely useful for PvE and also PvP. For the next combo that we're going to be doing, it's going to be pretty similar to this combo, but instead of following it up with Crow Flare, Beat Kick, we're going to just follow it up with Shadow Kick. So this combo is going to look something like this. So it's a little bit shorter than the Crow Flare combo, but you get out about the same amount of damage. It's just a shorter combo. So if you don't think you have enough time to hit someone with the long combo, you can try the shorter one. So again, it's Shadow Eruption, Absolute Darkness, F kick, then you can just violation into Dark Flame. There's some really good tips and tricks for movement on Sorcerer. There's a lot of moves that give you protection, and it's good knowing which moves give you protection and which moves are unprotected. So your basic movement on Succession Sorcerer is your iFrames. Now you have a couple different moves that can protect you with frontal guard. That is going to be Crow Flare, that has a 2-second cooldown. Dark Flame, which has a 5-second cooldown. Violation, which has a 6-second cooldown. Those are all frontal guards, which are going to be giving you block. Now you have 2 super armors on Succession Sorcerer. Your first super armor is going to be this move, Engulfing Shadow. Shift Z, it's going to give you a super armor. Basically, super armor doesn't give you any block, but it makes it so you can't get CC'd when you use it. You can still get grabbed out of a super armor, but you can't get CC'd. So if you're in a situation where you have a lot of people on you, it's really good to use that as your super armor and then dip out. So Rushing Crow also gives you super armor while you're moving. So the basic movement of Sorcerer, you always want to, if you can, get off one spin on your Sorc. You can also cancel the spin and only do the very first part of it. You see how I'm not actually spinning fully? I'm barely spinning at all and then moving. When you spin on Sorc, you get 10% all or 15% all evasion rate. So basically all your evasion goes up. So this is unprotected, the spin. So what you want to do is you want to make sure, it's for example, if I'm by someone like this, I want to try to get away from them real quick, spin, cancel like that. And that way, the first dash, I didn't have any extra evasion, but the second dash, I canceled the spin into the dash, which gave me evasion. And then from here, once I know that I have my evasion up, I can go back, do my buffs, do whatever I need to do, buff up, and then go back in and try to get back into the fight. So, movement on Sorc, it's pretty simple. You just want to dash. You don't want to use all your stam, so you want to cycle your Crow Flare a lot. Like this. If you see an opening on someone, you can go in with Engulfing Shadow into Moon Knight Stinger, and you can get right behind someone. So basically, that move, these moves together look something like this. So you can do that and turn your camera and stun someone if you're right beside them, and you can catch them off guard really quick. So that would look something like this. Just go in real quick right behind them, get the stun. If they have their frontal guard up, you hit them in the side, so they're going to be stunned. You have to kind of gauge it at first because you have to know the distance of it, but once you actually get the distance, it's really pretty easy. As I miss right there. But it's just all in the flick of the wrist. If you need to, turn the sensitivity of your mouse down just a little bit, and that should help you a lot. Like right there, I missed because my distance was off. And sometimes it's hard to gauge if you're just trying to hit a target that's standing still, like I'm doing right now. A lot of times, I play a lot better when I'm constantly in fights and I have people all around me because I don't really have to think about what I'm doing. You'll notice as you get into PvP and you start PvPing more and you gain more confidence, you'll notice that you won't really think about fighting. You've just you've memorized everything, and it's all just basic muscle memory from there. But after a while, you guys will get the hang of it. So those are the main moves that protect you. Main movement of Sorc. You can do things like this, dash around. Someone's on, you can violation the Dark Flame on them. Then keep dashing around. If you need to get extra space, Engulfing Shadow into Midnight Stinger. That's what you do a lot of times. On Sorc, especially what I do is when I know I have a lot of people on me and I don't have a lot of stam, I can gain a lot of distance when I'm really low on stam. So for example here, I'm gonna burn all my shards and I'm gonna get really low on stam. So see, I only have 20 stam. Now since I only have 20 stam, I can't just like keep iframing like and try to get away from people, because they are gonna catch up to me. So I can do different things like combining Rushing Crow with Engulfing Shadow and Midnight Stinger to gain a lot of distance with using very minimal resources. So here, again, I'm going to get rid of all my shards. I'm going to show you how much distance I can gain. I only have 20 stam right here, so I'm going to Engulfing Shadow into Midnight Stinger into Rushing Crow, and then I gain that much distance, and I can safely get my stam back up, and once someone gets close to me, I can go in for another combo and try to get a quick kill on them. Sorcerer's all about being super slippery and making sure that you're faking out your opponents a lot, and also making sure that you're staying protected and watching your stam. The two most important things on your Sorc is stam management and rotating your super armors and frontals when they need to be rotated to give you the maximum efficiency in PvP. Another super strong combo that you can do involves a couple different CCs, but follows the basic techniques of the first couple combos that I already taught you. For starters, we're going to start off with Shadow Eruption, followed by Dark Flame as always, followed into Shadow Ignition. From here, you can go into Engulfing Shadow, then Violation, Dark Flame for extra damage. This moveset is really nice because it extends your combo a few times and you're getting moves in that are doing a lot of damage. So here we're going to go Engulfing Shadow, Absolute Darkness, Shadow Ignition, Engulfing Shadow, Violation into both Dark Flames. Missed that one. Here we go. Shadow Ignition, Dark Flame, or Shadow Eruption, Dark Flame, Shadow Ignition, Engulfing Shadow, Violation, Dark Flames. From here, if your opponent is about to get up and you know they're about to get up, you can do something really cool that will actually protect you while your opponent is getting up. So that would be going into Crow Flare, followed by animation canceling that into Bloody Calamity. Your two super armors that you have are Shadow Ignition, Engulfing Shadow and Bloody Calamity. So these moves will protect you from getting CC'd. So you can animation cancel Bloody Calamity from Crow Flare. It's just a simple Crow Flare and then spacebar immediately, and you can cancel into Bloody Calamity. This whole combo together looks something like this. So as you could see, after I used Bloody Calamity, you can hit left on the mouse and you're able to shoot a Bloody Calamity ball at your opponent. There's a few things that you can do to keep distance from your opponents when you're in fights. Starting off, if you're seeing your opponent about to get up after a CC, there's a couple of things that you can do to get really quick distance really fast. If you want to get distance but also at the same time you're getting distance, you're doing damage, you want to Crow Flare into Bloody Calamity to get yourself out of that bad situation. So you can just do something like this. Opponent's about to get up, and then dash out, and you got a little bit of space. Another thing that you can do to get out pretty quick, your opponent's about to get up, you can just dash out, Rushing Crow into Midnight Stinger. One of my favorites is Crow Flare into Bloody Calamity, into dash, into Engulfing Shadow, Midnight Stinger, Rushing Crow, another dash, another Midnight Stinger, and you're miles away. So movement on Sorc is pretty easy to gain distance. It's all about just combining moves together. Let's do that again. Let's do that one more time. This time we'll go back over to that dummy. We'll try to aim for the second dummy over there. Easy as that. For Sorc, I've now covered most of the basics that you'll need to know in order to start being able to do work in PvP. There's a lot more to Sorc, a lot more combos, but for now, I feel like I should just leave you guys with the basics in part 1. In part 2, we'll go into more in-depth combos that include moves like Dream of Doom, Abyssal Flame into other types of combos. And we'll also talk about combos that you can use that will also work for Awakening. Right now, we're going to check out a couple PvP clips that I got, and I'll go ahead and explain to you why I'm doing what I'm doing in the clips. And then at the end, I'm just going to leave you guys off to just watch the rest of the clips and enjoy the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this beginner guide into Succession Sorc. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the video. It's been your boy Slushy. Enjoy the rest and peace. Yo, so this is a GVG I had the other day. Basically, right off the bat, I'm gonna try to go in, try to dash with my iframes. Right here, I'm trying to get some stuns. Used Bloody Calamity to try to use the super armor to get out. Went back in with the Violation Dark Flame animation cancel that I taught you guys. Now I'm out of stam. I got out with Midnight Stinger. I'm pretty low right here, so right now I just got some distance. I had enough distance to use the Dream of Doom, which helped me out a lot. That allowed me to get the kill. Now I'm going back to help my boy. He was able to take out those 2 people. Right here, I got 2 people coming in close to me. I dashed, got the Dream of Doom off. Going back in with some iframes, Crow Flare. Right here, I'm out of stam. I tried a Violation, turn around into Dark Flame. I got stunned from the side because it's only frontal. Had pop V to get out. So right there, as I was dashing through those people, after every dash I was animation canceling Shadow Ignition and Engulfing Shadow to try to get some stuns. Here I'm going back in. I pop my AP buff. Go in, start off with the Dream of Doom, Crow Flare, Bloody Calamity for the super armor. Go in right there for the Dark Flame cancel. Go in, clean that up really nice. And that's how you do it. Now enjoy the rest of the video, boys. Part 2 coming soon.
You gotta be quicker than that.